Melcifer has returned to Winter's Reach after executing the rogue necromancer with his new companion, the cleric Therin, who has started construction of a rectory by the old church. When he enters his manor, he finds a strange lady and young man in attendance. The lady, Grace, turns out to be an emissary of the Corville family, come to inquire after the knight who died in the stockades, along with the knight's squire. He informs them the knight has been executed for crimes, and they leave to make arrangements to move his remains home, but not before insulting Melcifer. With them dealt with, Melcifer has to deal with some local problems. One is a local girl, Kerry, who stole some chickens. Melcifer, in his mercy, decides to take her into his employ to work off her debts. The second matter is a travelling woman who put the moral integrity of the town into jeopardy. Melcifer lets her go with a warning and provides her with some coin. Next, he sacrifices some pigs and part of his life to improve some of his skeletons, which he disguises and sends out to collect the dead from Gator Beach. The next day, he learns Kerry has not returned and so sends the hunters to find her. While the hunters do their job, Melcifer whiles away the day with odd jobs. That evening, over dinner, the conversation turns to religion. Therin is dismissive of the old gods, scoffing that anyone would worship them. Melcifer takes no umbrage and seems to enjoy the conversation. The next morning, Melcifer is awoken early by the sheriff, with Kerry in shackles. Again, Melcifer is merciful, though this time requires her to accept the brand of servitude. That evening, Melcifer patrols his domain and catches a poacher, of which he makes quick work, and so adds another minion to his collection. He spends the next few days attending to lordly duties like arbitrating disputes, looking for stray undead, and seeing to his servants, when one day Sheriff Freddy brings word of a small group of soldiers approaching. Melcifer quickly assembles his minions and hides them nearby to await the arrival of the soldiers. In addition to recovering the body, the soldiers are to arrest Melcifer and take him to Pinespur for trial. Melcifer resists arrest and unleashes the dead. How will the battle go? How long will Melcifer shield Therin from the truth? Zombie horses or skeletal horses? Let's find out now on Dicing with Death.
Hey everybody, sorry, I thought you guys were way farther behind and we got chatting and I got lost and confused. You know how it goes. Welcome to Dicing with Death.
Hello, welcome back.
Yes.
Yes. So, what's new?
It's no longer snowing and the temperature has been above freezing for like 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can go outside and not instantly freeze my ears off.
Yeah, you should really check out this place called the West Coast. The weather's temperate year-round.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's perfect. Really, I don't know why everyone doesn't live here.
I think they all do, and that's the problem. There's too many people moving to the West Coast.
Here's to that. So, shall we jump back into right back into the action?
Yes.
Or do we have more chit to chat?
I think the chit has been chatted, and we should take a look at our battle map.
Did we chum it up enough?
We're chummy.
We're chummy.
Right? We've been chummy enough for years. They don't need to hear our bromance anymore.
All right, let's shred some zombies.
All right, so where last we left, a battle was about to ensue. Now we are going to make some slight last-minute adjustments to this. We're going to break out
last-minute adjustments to the rule set we've been playing with the whole time. That freaked me out. I saw the door open in the background of your video, and I'm used to seeing the door open in the background of my video. And being like, oh, hi. It freaked me out. I don't know. And it's like, even, I don't know if you've got it mirrored on yours, but the door is even in the same place. So just like seeing that flash of movement out of the corner of my eye. Anyways,
Twitch chat, that was out of frame for them, so they have no idea.
Oh, they don't even know.
They don't even know.
Hidden doors. They rolled unsuccessfully. None of them are elves in that party. So we were talking about the last minute changes to the rule set,
right?
And yes, I know I've got major cam lag. Thank you for telling me, dear viewers. Happens every week. Tune in next time for cam lag. All right. Changes to the rule set. You want to talk us through from Hex 1? What's going on?
So, second edition Rules of Written has a method of doing mass combat.
It's the worst,
and it's not very good. Yeah, you just put all the people of the same type in groups together, hopefully of the same size. So if you got 8 people over here and 8 people over here, each side makes an attack roll against the other side using the average, the mode, if you care which average, AC and rolls to hit. And then if one side hits, according to Rules as Written, they do 1 hit die of damage for each creature. So if there's 8 first level monsters against 8 first level monsters, if one side hits, well, all the first level monsters die. But if it's like 3rd level fighters against 1st level fighters and the 3rd level fighters hit, they do 1 hit die of damage. Or if the 1st level fighters hit, they would each do 1 hit die of damage. So the damage would be the same. The 3rd level people would just keep going because they've got more HP. That's a little lame, especially when it comes to one-on-one combat, because entire units will just wipe each other out. I'm sorry, especially when it comes to 1st level combat. So we've taken the same idea, but instead of saying each person destroys 1 hit die, we just said let's roll damage like normal and roll HP like normal, and then you may be doing 1 hit die of damage or a little bit more or a little bit less per creature. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do mass combat. Was that a good enough explanation?
I think so. And the only thing I proposed testing was having one of the squads roll manually.
Yes.
Just to get a nice comparison of what combat would look like. Because I feel like at this scale, you can just brute force roll it. And I'm skeptical of whether bunching it makes any difference. I think in the coming battles, though, as armies get bigger, we might break the game.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to wade into that right now, because that will eventually come up, and I want to make sure we understand what we're doing with mass combat and make any adjustments we feel are necessary before we get to the, 50 armies against 50 armies stage.
Yeah. So maybe narratively, that's like one squad of guards trying to push through the hedges and getting slowed down by, zombies So we'll jump in and... see how this goes. I think this first combat will be with the main groups.
Yeah, right. Let me get a
So I have
zombie
8 skeletons and 12 zombies.
Yes.
Which have been split into 2 groups of skellies, 3 groups of zombies, each with 4. Plus myself on a horsey. Did all of the undead reach the hedge line before the soldiers come up, or are there laggers? So I'd originally had them assembled in the orchard, which is southeast of this map. Town is to the north, up this path, like maybe the northeast or something like that, up this path. And I think it's like a quarter mile, which I think is about how far off I saw these troops approaching.
Yeah. And I think
so that's like 10 minutes or so to shamble a couple hundred yards. I think it's fine. I think everything can get here and be assembled.
Right. I think the zombies that you have you probably see a group of people trying to hack through a hedgerow off to the side. And so you'll just send one troop to the side to fight through the hedgerow?
So I was imagining my undead are already there, buried in the hedge, hidden in the hedges,
Okay.
all along this front here.
All right. Well, why don't I let
think
you
my command-
move them to where you want them to be?
Are we looking at the main squads or these five off to the side?
Let's look at the main squads and set them up before combat begins.
Yeah.
Let me get some pre-combat music going on here.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Tabletop Audio. Wonderful people over there. Doing a great job.
What are these green squares versus the regular squares?
The green squares are extensions of the hedges because my map icons have hedges with gaps in them. And then they don't have like solid hedgerows. So these little green squares are more hedges.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then there's... So what I had imagined them doing, I don't know how much time there was. So the orchard is off the map, but it probably took us a few minutes to get from over there to here.
Mm-hmm.
But my command was like to, bury yourselves in the hedges and, jump out and ambush these soldiers as they pass you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how deep into the hedges they got, or what the timing looks like here. Is it the situation where we've got a few minutes where there's where
probably
it's
not.
still and these guys are walking up? But there was that conversation, right? Shouted. Let me see how far I can shout. I'm probably actually closer than this, huh?
Yeah. I do believe the skeletons will have enough time to get into the hedges, but the zombies are a little bit slower. So maybe they haven't quite become one with the hedges yet.
The zombies haven't?
Yeah. I think that is a fair way to rule all of this.
Okay. All right. So the zombies are shambling from afar, right? Not quite. I mean, maybe they're up to the hedges. So
Yeah, I think they're about, yeah, it's fine. Like 1 round from arriving. Perfect.
Or even, let's see, 1 round from, can we do the quick math between how long ago I spotted them and the command?
Okay, so you saw them 10 minutes ago. You had to run back to the house. That'll take less than a minute. Let's say a minute to get downstairs to your basement. And then you need a minute to get back. That leaves you with 8 minutes to get zombies and skeletons out of there. You have 12 skeletons. I think you could probably get 12 skeletons out of a basement in a minute. That would be 5 seconds for each skeleton to climb out. It probably takes more than 5 seconds per skeleton to exit a thing. So maybe 2 minutes to get all the skeletons out. Zombies might take 30 seconds each to get out. You have 12 of them. So that would be like 6 minutes to get the zombies out. That would bring us to 2 minutes to get to the wall, which actually, yeah, they can do that in 2 minutes. So yeah, you can be up against the hedgerow however you want. That's fine.
Okay, so I think it's probably the skeletons that have like entwined themselves into the roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bones intermixed with thorns. And the zombies have probably just made it to the wall, so they're like lurking behind sight, crouched around the corner, but maybe, I don't know how well concealed. It's twilight, the sun's setting into their eyes. So we can maybe roll perception checks to see how, opposed perception checks to see how well. And I would propose that we use the throw charging rule, the requirement of a con check or whatever, if you're charging uphill. That seems fair. So like if these guards want to charge uphill to siege whatever, they would need to roll a con check to run uphill. Or
and what
is
happens
it
if they fail the con check or strength check?
Can't charge. I mean, what happens in
throw we say you fall. Like
no, okay, so you get winded before you reach your destination, right?
Okay.
And maybe you can make an attack. If you can stop and take a sidestep and swing there, but you can't charge if you can't pass a con check. Up a hill, charging downhill seems fine. Maybe even on level ground seems fine, but just
okay, charging uphill needs a con check or
a defender's advantage to a siege kind of thing based on terrain.
Do you want to say if you fail your con check, you don't get your +2 to hit, but you still get your -1 to AC?
Yeah, I think you can't execute the charge. Oh yeah, that seems fair. Sure.
Yeah, so you get.
I don't know if anyone's going to charge, but that's just a rule idea to throw out. And
I like that idea. So then you would see these people coming towards you as well. Are you there?
There was a conversation, remember, on horseback, and they were like,
right.
Blah, 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 come and stand trial for blah, blah, blah. And I had some witty response. I was like, I don't know.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to stand trial. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it was role played out last time. Check out the VODs. You know the drill.
Right.
But I think I delivered that, and then I turned around and started riding my horse, get some distance, while they charged up the hill or marched up the hill, and an ambush ensued.
All right, so
I think we should roll for initiative, right? Although
yes.
my thought
is
is
going to roll
not
for surprise for first. See how surprise goes for them.
What's shouting distance?
A flat open area with not a lot of stuff to absorb or reflect.
How about a creepy hill with a hedge wall?
You could shout 300 feet.
I think so. So
maybe. Yeah, why not? How far can you shout?
I'm not sure. I'm not finding a quick reference, but 300 feet for some reason was jumping out to me. So either they are farther back, or I'll start 300, maybe like 200 feet from the hedgerow, and roll for initiative there. I am mounted. I think the knights are mounted too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's roll initiative. One roll for each unit. And then it looks like some guards are splitting off to the side to try and push through the hedges, maybe, and sneak around, get a flank. But this group of zombies will head them off, and we'll resolve that on the second segment or something like that.
Okay. Apparently, the answer to how far can you shout is a few kilometers.
No. That's from
like the top of a tower shouting at the top of your lungs. How far will the sound
how far
travel?
can you communicate words?
Yeah. I think for communication, it's got to be no more than like 600 feet.
And even I feel like 60 feet is like barely a comfortable shouting distance, right? This is like shouting down the street. I might even be closer, right?
You can do 200 feet because the width of the blocks we grew up on was 200 feet, or the depth of them. And I've definitely shouted
the length
across.
Of them or the depth?
The depth is 200 feet. Yeah, one of the lots
the
in IV. Yeah, an IV lot is 100 feet deep. So if they're back to back, it's 200 feet from street to street, from like Trigo to Sabado.
Mm-hmm.
And you can shout from Trigo to Sabado, no problem. But I don't know about from like Trigo to Del Playa. So let's say 200 feet is the shouting range.
Cool. Let's roll for initiative. So each squad is getting their own initiative.
Yes. And just a flat D10, I guess. Right? I guess we can have the skeleton. We can have the skeletons go. Yeah, let's roll with actual
the zombies
weapons.
go last.
Yeah.
The skeletons, I think, have actions prepared. So I think it's probably. So I don't know if we'll do round to round initiative. Oh wow, they all beat me. So I'll have Malcifer roll. I think just with a 3 for riding his horse away. Although I do have my crossbow. I think I'll do a 3 to maneuver and maybe load a crossbow and go at the very end of the round, just like the zombo I am. So I guess it's there. They have the initiative to move like uphill, either entering the estate and maybe some of them flank. You tell me, DM. These are your sacrificial lambs. Lead them to the slaughter.
Okay. So the guards are going to go first. This first unit is going to step forward and start entering in to the grounds.
Prompting a ready to attack. I think is it from the back or from the flank?
I think it's from the flank. Maybe like a couple come to the front and a couple come to the back, but like
on average, yeah. Okay, so we'll make an attack roll with +1 for flank. Roll a surprise check.
Oh yeah, let's give them a surprise check. Well, they're not surprised. They were expecting resistance. They definitely weren't expecting skeletons, but they passed their surprise with flying colors.
Save versus fear. All right, do skeletons roll any sort of...
I think it's just D20 +2, right?
Yeah,
one
skeletons
first.
have a +1.
They have a +1 to hit, yeah.
Okay.
And the guards have...
And +1 for flank.
Yeah, the guards have chain chests, leather limbs, and a shield for 16 AC total.
And do they have their shields strapped on and ready?
Yeah, their shields are on and their spears are out.
That's an aggressive move, I suppose. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think it's just +2. Can we decide how far off sunset is? When do low light penalties start kicking in for those of us mortals? Because we described this as happening at sunset. 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
It's a long time. All right.
Yeah, it's a long time.
So there's a miss and a hole. So I guess this is 4 skeletons, right?
Right. So that's
The
a miss for all of
out of
them.
the hedge line here. Yeah.
The guards immediately stop their progress and retaliate. They make attacks at +0 to hit.
Skeletons have leather improvised equipment. So I don't think shields. I think just AC 12.
Okay. AC 13.
AC 13. Sorry. Yeah.
The guards roll a 15 to hit, so they will roll 4d. No, they'll roll 8d4 damage because the spirit is 2d4. But edged weapons do half against zombies, right? Or skeletons?
Skeletons, no. I think we decided that bludgeoning do double.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Because they have max HP. Holy crap.
Holy crap, indeed.
That's 4 4s. Okay, so 25 is gonna just obliterate this hedge wall. They just start defacing my hedges. Oh, you're correct. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then we remove 3 groups of skeletons because there's only one left with 7 HP. So now that skeleton group will do 1d6 damage, right? Because it's down to 1 skeleton. Okay, I'm glad we're in agreement on that.
Yeah, we'll sort out the math when I have to retaliate.
Right. The next group of guards comes up, but this time they saw what happened to the other group, so they come with some caution at this edge of the hedgerow.
I think the skeletons have hedges, so there's like skeletons in. I don't know if all of them would be within range. If they try and move through, I think they get partial attack of opportunity. But if they're cautious about it, I don't know. You tell me are they trying to advance or are they?
Yeah, they're advancing in, but they saw skeletons come out of a hedgerow, so they don't expose their flank to the hedgerow. Like they turn and watch it. As they walk
I think
through.
that still provokes an attack as
absolutely.
So only +1. Another 6. Are they attacking in? I think they can probably return fire, but the skeletons will have cover from the hedges, from the rose bushes, or whatever. But I'm imagining like skeletal hands reaching out at the guards as they try to walk past. They face off, return fire, but it's +2 for partial cover. Would that bring my AC to 15?
Okay, yep, that'll work. So these guys will roll 1d20 to hit. 14.
Ooh. Yeah, they can't get purchase. Maybe they poke spears in. They're just getting intertwined in the hedges,
the branches
in between
and the bones
are
just knocking things around.
Yeah, you get like a vignette of 4 different guards failing in 4 different ways.
Yes.
Right,
the next group of guards. Now, how do you want to do this? These squares
they can move through their allies, right? The path is 10 feet wide. They can move. I guess you don't have to squeeze to get through your own, right?
Probably not. I'm thinking that these guards are probably mostly in this front row.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit in the back, and they can kind of squeeze between. Yeah,
if the skeletons are engaged, they're not going to make another. Yeah, they already got their ready to action off. Maybe roll me a perception check opposed by zombie decks or something like that to see if they notice the shambling horrors around them. What should I roll? What bonus should I roll for
zombie decks?
Is it dex? I mean, what does it mean for like? Yeah, it's probably like just roll a 6, or is it based on? Is it based off it's not based off my will, right? It's not like my command of the creatures. This is just.
They've probably got like 4 or 5 or 6 decks. So roll something in that ballpark.
Yeah. No, so they like the guards spot. Oh, I'll roll 1 for each squad. How about that?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They definitely spot both groups of zombies, and one of them calls out to the knights behind, "For the love of the gods, there's zombies, Captain!" And they will.
Do they know what a zombie is? Apparently.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's rotting bodies, so they'll move over to attack that zombie group with a 1d20 to hit, and they miss. The spear points just get caught in tangled, aged, rotting zombie flesh and do nothing. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the next group of guards has come over to this side of the hedgerow. They found a spot where the hedges are maybe not so thick, a spot where a section is dying, and they are going to spend their whole turn pushing through the hedgerow over here. to get through. But that's they're going to be their entire turn is like
Right, and he's a
helping each other in and out of the hedgerow.
Thorny hedges, right? They've got to carefully make their way through it to avoid taking damage.
Yeah, and to avoid getting your chainmail caught on everything.
Running through brambles like this would probably deal a point of damage if you don't stop and do it carefully.
And I think more importantly, you just get caught in it with all of your gear and your shield and your chainmail and the brambles catching you. It'd be you'd be held, right? So they push through, and it becomes Malcifer's turn and all the zombies.
Yeah. How far? I am mounted, so I can move pretty quick. We are going to head over to the barn and 300 feet. So on horseback, I move at movement rate 18 on a medium horse, right?
Yes.
So I can move 180 yards if I'm not like engaged in combat, right?
Yes.
So I can gallop into the barn. I think that there's a door. There's probably a door on the south side. So I think I gallop around here. Probably doodle. I gallop around here, enter the barn on horseback, and I unleash the animals. I might need some animal sacrifices mid-combat, so I'm gonna probably let all the chickens out of their coop and shoo them down towards the fight. Or maybe a pig would be easier to maneuver. I do have an animal handling, so why don't I roll that and we can decide, what happens based on the success or failure of this roll.
All right, so you hop off your horse, fling open the doors to the barn, and how do you shoo the animals out?
So my animal handling is at a 14. So let's see if the animals obey my commands.
The correct answer is 32. That's actually really also a right answer. That's definitely
really
correct.
Well. So I think I'm able to corral the chickens. You can only one skeleton requires a animal sacrifice, but a larger animal couldn't summon multiple skeletons, could it?
No, I think it's still one life.
Okay, so I could
skeleton. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure if I can resurrect skeletons in battle, but we will see if.
I think the time commitment for them is too much, right? We haven't really talked about how long it takes to summon.
So I'm going to push your system to its limits. At the very least, we'll have an army of chickens charging the battlefield that will probably fluster the living, but I don't think my zombies will care if there's a chicken picking out its eyeballs mid-battle.
Probably not.
So I think what the success means is Mouser gallops his horse through the barn, jumps off, opens up the chicken coops, and is there a back door to the barn? Can I ride through it?
No, I think it's no.
Okay,
yeah,
so
actually, there's probably a back door. No, there's one door. I'm sorry for the waffling. There's one front door, and that's it.
Okay, so then I spend the round going to the back of the barn, letting out all the chickens, and I think successfully chasing them out of the barn. And I'm gonna, I know I'm gonna lose a few, but I'm gonna try to scare them in the direction of the battle, probably next round.
All right.
I think I'm done with my movement.
That's fine.
There's another contingent of guards, I believe, and a knight.
Yes, there are. The guards just went. You've gone now. The knights go. And they are going to push through their troops as well.
This is 3 knights on horseback?
It is 2 knights, and they've dismounted to get through the fray here.
Where have their horses gone?
Their horses are right here.
I didn't even need... they brought their own animal sacrifices.
Yes. The 2 guards approach a group of zombies, and they will make their rolls to hit at 1d20 plus 3 because they're 3rd level fighters that are specialized. Right, yeah. So they roll an 18 to hit against the zombies, which will hit. 2E rules as written said ignore criticals for mass combat, and I played with doing crits and ignoring crits, and I feel that ignoring them is a good idea. But I'm willing to change if you want.
Maybe you could do a crit on one individual creature in the group, right? If you still want to get the story elements of the crit, you could be like, okay, one of the knights crits one, or right, or
okay, so you do 1 extra roll of damage die. So these knights are rolling 1d8 plus 2 for damage. So this would be
Correct,
2d8
but that's
plus
not a
4.
crit, is it? Zombies don't have AC 8, do they?
They do.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's not dark yet.
So we're gonna do 3.
That's not a by the book crit. I don't think we should do your crazy crit, your crazy exploding clear by 10 crits, right? If you roll a natural 20, we can talk about one individual creature critting another. That sounds like it'd be fun to do narratively.
Okay.
But I don't think calling an 18 a crit in this system seems to make any sense.
Sure.
Like
The
calling
knights
natural 15.
slip through their guards,
2d8 plus
walk up
4
to the
damage.
zombies, and just like hack into them for not enough to kill a zombie, but they like hack off an arm and some fingers, and one zombie gets fucked up.
And the zombies bite back. Starting with this left throng. I guess we're not quite a throng. Zombies are at +2 to hit. Or is it just
Yes.
+1? Oh, they have pretty good strength, if I recall.
+2 to hit, and they do d4 plus 4 damage. Yeah.
All right. So 14. This is the one on the left. That's a regular guard. who I
Guards have
think-
AC 16.
16, and I think there's no
Yes.
bonuses, so there's nothing there. I think they're grasping. They're probably grabbing shields and
Pushing against the guards, and the guards are pushing
then-
them back with shields. And
all right. And the zombos versus the knight. Oh, ineffective.
they try and
and then
swarm the
off
knights,
to the
but it's
side
no good.
here. I think these zombies, the zombie reserves, come and like whatever intercept these guys off to the side that are pushing through the hedgerow, and we will roll for initiative each round. Is that our plan?
I was just gonna have those soldiers and those zombies go on one initiative order, just for simplicity's sake.
No, I mean we're going into the next round of combat, right?
Yes.
And we're going to ignore these guys, right? Or do you want to just play it off to the side?
Oh yeah, let's just play it off to the side. We can do it right now. That's fast enough.
Cool. All right, right. So my zombies can get over there and make attacks.
Sure,
So
let's
I'll
do left to right and just make your attack
All right,
rolls.
5d20 each
40,
of these.
20.
Is that 40, 20. Each of these is at +2 to hit.
Yeah, they need to roll 14. So one hit, two hits.
And that's d4 plus 4 for one zombie, only 5,
Almost
and 7 on the
kills.
other.
The other one will wipe out a single guard.
Mhm.
All right. And now we roll initiative. You just roll
Alrighty.
at 6.
So we are re-rolling initiative.
Yeah, let's re-roll initiative.
Ellie's have 3, right, for being a medium-sized creature.
Yes. All right, one group of guards will go first. The ones against the zombies, they make their roll to hit. 1d20 plus 0. They will hit the zombies for 4d8 damage for 19.
Yikes.
Not
That
quite
is
killing
not
one.
quite a zombie.
Nope. The knight will go next, and they will 1d20 plus 3 to hit. They will cut into your zombies again for 2d8 plus 4 damage for another 11, which is
99 zombies.
No zombies are dead
992.
yet.
Yeah.
Right. And our Rose Grove skeletons will go.
I think they're gonna. Oh no, there's only 2 of these knights, right?
Yes.
I can choose. Can I choose my targets even if I'm not directly issuing commands?
No.
Or,
If you're not issuing commands, they have to be as mindless and stupid as possible.
so then we should probably roll for whether they flank the knights or go
I
after
think they
the
probably,
guards.
if they were attacking the guards to begin with, I think they continue.
Sure.
They're
All right,
unlikely
so,
to get distracted.
All right, D20 plus 1
Yeah.
is an 11. No
not
go.
quite
This
good.
AC is killing me, and guards
Yeah.
return fire.
They do 1d20 flat, and they will hit for 8d4 damage. 17.
Obliterating these skeletons. So it's 30. 32 minus 17. Oh, I thought it could do math and roll
It does.
20.
If you just put minus 17, don't.
Oh,
Oh god.
That's fine.
What have we done? Okay.
fine. I can do math in my head.
And that'll knock off 2 zombies.
2 skeletons.
Skeletons, yeah.
Yeah.
And your smaller group of skeletons on the side.
D20 plus 1. Ugh. No go.
Oh god, it's not working.
It's not working.
One guard over here will. I'll just roll attacks for all 3 guards. They roll 1d. It'll be 3d20. They need an 8 to hit. So 15's a hit, 18's a crit, right?
Yeah, I guess you can call that a crit. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2d4 for one and 4d4 for the other.
They're using ultra spears.
-5.
I should have known. I never stood a chance.
-11.
There's only 3 guards. Okay, so I think that's. Yeah. Are you recording where you dealt damage, or do you need me to do that?
Yeah, I've changed the zombie HP totals.
Yeah. All
right. And Mousifer Winters comes up now with an army of chickens.
Yeah, so I'm chasing the chickens to the battlefield. I'm riding that direction. I've already successfully animal handled, so I don't know if you need me to keep doing that, or can I just gallop within range, shooing the chickens into battle, and taking a shot with my crossbow from whenever I can arrange that. So actually, so let's see. I can move. I'm not any. If I'm not proficient, what's the most I can move and shoot? Probably not at all, right? But if it's a horse moving, it doesn't count as me moving. Right. As long as I'm a proficient horse rider, the horse can move.
Yeah, and
not
it's
at a
crossbow,
gallop, but at a regular.
Right, and since you have a crossbow, you just need to move forward and fire, so you can get your full movement and take your shot.
Yeah, so I think I can get to there. What is short range for a crossbow? I think it's 60 yards, 180 feet. So I think I can make a shot at. I can move within range to make a shot at this group of guards on the left.
Easily, yeah.
And the chickens balk towards the combat. I don't think the chickens move. Battle chickens. All right, I'm just going to take a shot. D20. I don't think I get any modifiers. It's not like I don't set up like a flank or anything. So I think I'm just going to take a shot. I don't think I can quite make the knights, but a 12 is going to miss.
No.
Take off the armor.
And the last group of guards will make their attack 1d20. The 4 against the skeletons doing nothing. And we will re-roll initiative. Oh no, your zombies, all the zombies.
All the zombies.
Forgot about the zombies.
Never forget about the zombies. All right, so we are going to... Starting with the zombie on the left, facing off the guards. I don't think they've lost any yet, right? This map is so big. I think I'd have to upgrade my PC if I were ever to play Fatal 2. The 20 plus 2 for zombos. All right, the one versus the knight. 15 probably doesn't hit a knight. Do they have a shield or something?
They do. They have 18 AC between chainmail and shield proficiency.
My zombos never stood a chance. All right, and I guess we'll resolve this slaughter off to the right. There's 4d20, each of plus 2. So they got to roll, like a 14 to hit? 2 hits in the middle, so it's d4 plus 4.
That'll be...
6 damage to this guy.
Again. Oh, that's those guys over there. Okay, yeah.
And then 5 damage to this guy on the right.
The 6 will kill. Actually, the 5 will not kill.
And I think we are rolling initiative for the next round.
Did all the zombies go?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
they just rolled poorly.
And whatever, 3 or 4 individuals.
Yeah.
All right,
initiative.
Initiative modifier is 3. Oh, slow skellies. And where my mouse are at. And I guess... Okay, how many chickens do I have? Did I have before I just set them free? 20 chickens. I'm sure I lost maybe half of them scattered on the estate, but I think a flock of chickens is about to descend on the battlefield.
And what, pray tell, is the effect of a flock of chickens running into combat?
I feel like some sort of like save or be distracted is in order, right? Or
And if they're
or
distracted,
confused.
is it a penalty to hit or AC?
Yeah, like a penalty, like a -1 to hit probably seems fair. I mean, they're just chickens, right?
Sure, I'll
Maybe
give
use
each,
-1 to hit in AC.
I'll give each group of guards a saving throw versus
Distraction. Could even just be
a willpower check.
Stat check. Yeah, willpower check.
1d20 plus. They have average willpower of 10. So this is. I'm gonna go clockwise, starting with the top right guards. So pass. This is the knights is a fail. The other guards are fail. Other guards are a pass. So the two top groups of guards are not distracted, while the knight and the guards below are.
Okay.
By the battle chickens.
And why don't I roll? Should I roll to see how many chickens there are?
Yeah, give me
I'm gonna roll a d20 because I have a 20. Oh no, it's 3 very ferocious chickens. The rest of the flock has just, I mean, they're all over the place. But 3 of them, I think, go like land in the battlefield. Maybe one of them lands on the zombie and starts eating its eyeball. And this is enough to distract the knight and that squad of guards.
Perfect. All right, the guard goes first. This one up here, it will attack your skeletons. 1d20, wildly missing. The knights will make their attack 1d20 plus 3. For 13 against the zombies, which will
just
hit.
Zombies.
Plus 4, plus 6, plus 4. For 13 points of damage on the zombos, which will ping off one of them.
Yeah.
Minus 13.
And the skeleton group up here returns fire. D20 plus, only plus 1. 16 will finally hit. But I've only, at this point, there's only 2, it's 7, 8, it's only 1 skeleton alive, isn't it?
So just a d6?
Oh, God. 3 points of damage.
Not enough to kill a guard. Next group, that same group of guards returns fire. 1d20. No, the other group went on the right side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 12 is not enough to hit skeletons. No. The other group of skeletons go?
Yeah. D20 plus 1. So 13. 14 with the chicken distraction, but still not good enough.
So close. The guards fighting the skeletons off to the right side. The solo group.
There's 2. I think morale checks are in order.
Yeah, they're 2 badly
There's
wounded.
2 and they're almost dead. And I think it's fighting the living dead usually feels like it should impose a morale check, but I guess they're kind of winning at this point. So
not these guys over here. These guys are losing.
These guys now, yeah. These guys.
They're going to withdraw.
There's a hedge wall behind them. They can't.
They're not withdrawing through the wall. They're just withdrawing through your estate.
They can't get. I think they would probably have to go go that way.
They're going just to the right. Yeah. Yeah. They can go. They can move outside of the zombies' reach.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother with precise movement. Yeah.
The zombies aren't. Zombies move 60 feet around. Is that?
They move at half human speed.
So,
whatever half human speed.
So they can move 60 yards if they full out, right?
Yeah. Right. So they could go 30 yards in attack. So they could go 90 feet in attack.
Okay.
Those guards' turn. Winter's turn.
All right. I'm going to take a back shot against the knights. So I'll gallop a little closer, try and shoot one of these knights in the back of the head and get a lucky crit. Are they wearing helmets? Or did they?
The knights?
Yeah. Do I want a called shot? No. All right. 17 should hit though from the back.
From the back, it'll definitely hit.
It's only a D6 plus 1. Oh, minimum damage. Pings off his ear with the crossbow. And I'm going to gallop within hissing range of those zombies over there to command them to rejoin the fight.
Excellent.
I can. How far Pony can go pretty far, so I think I can
you're good.
I think I can ride over there, and I'm I point to them rejoin your undead brethren.
Excellent.
Take down those knights, and I send the zombies running full speed, but probably not joining the main battle until next round. I should have shot the deserters, or the guys that are running.
The last group of guards will make an attack. They will hit for 8d4.
Is this the
17.
skeletons?
No, this is against the zombies on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. They will hit for 17, which will knock off one group of zombies. And then it becomes all zombies' turn.
Yeah.
So these guys can go 90.
I think we're just
attack.
gonna give it a round. I think they get like this round. They just go running into the battlefield.
Okay.
And they surround the knights, but I don't think they make attacks until next round. So we'll add another zombie token for next round, but for now I'll just attack with these two.
Go for it.
So the one on the left is a D20 plus 2. 14.
Oh, so close.
These ones aren't distracted, right? This one on the left here.
Right.
They are, and there's no other bonus. It's not Twilight yet. It's only been a few minutes.
Yep. This is
I
round
don't think there's any other
4,
bonus to fish out.
And then the ones against the knights.
And the one against the knights is a miss. Rolling into another round.
Okay. From your position, you can hear the knights shouting orders to the soldiers, mostly consisting of, "Hold! We've got them on the run! Hold the line!"
Yeah.
Which is may or may not be the truth, but they're definitely preaching that. It's the propaganda of the hour.
There's no run, but they are certainly. I think they're just destroying my hedges. Is what's going on. They have probably hacked they've landscaped out. I'm sure what is this 10 feet off the path in either direction. So there's just a 30-foot crater where my rose bushes have just been desecrated.
Between the skeletons and the guards
them,
hacking
and
out.
bones scattered amongst them. Yeah. Okay. So we're doing initiative for this skeleton.
Please roll it.
Plus 3, I think, for their improvised weapons. This guy here. And Malcifer. I think I'm going to try to catch a chicken and sacrifice it. So I'm just going to roll at 3 initiative. There's 2 guys. Actually, let me zoom out. How far off are the guys that are running? Are they fleeing for the hedge line somewhere else in the estate or something?
Yeah, I didn't bother to accurately move them.
Okay,
I just know they can
that's fine.
outdistance.
I'll just go in.
Yeah. Skeleton Warrior is going to go first.
So I don't know which one that is.
It's the one on the left.
One on the left. RD20. I don't think I commanded loud enough for them all to go for the knight, so I think we're just gonna do a D20 plus 1. 13.
Ooh, no. Clatters off of the
go.
armor of the guards. Malcifer's turn.
All right, so I want to consult my necromancy PDF to see if it says anywhere about casting times or rituals. So to create a skeleton, so the zombie, you definitely need to split heads open. I think the skeleton is just a ritual sacrifice of an animal. And the bones are already flayed, right? Normally the ritual is the flaying of the bones.
Oh, I see. So if you have pre-flayed bones, you can probably summon a skeleton much faster.
So I think I would like to vessel, life force, skeleton, small animal. Let me. Right, does it cost HP or?
It costs you.
It doesn't.
No,
it doesn't require years or HP. So I just need to get the ritual off. So I think I want to roll something to catch one of these chickens that's gone loose from the flock. Bring it into the fray and sacrifice it on the battlefield to raise up a skeleton. What would I have to roll to snatch a chicken for the sacrifice mid-battle? Is that just a roll to hit?
It's
or an animal handling?
Yeah, a roll to hit. I think with the battle going on, the chickens are just running like crazy.
Yeah. So on high ground because I'm on a horse. With a 10. I needed that high ground. I snatch a chicken out of the air on horseback right at mid-battle, and I'm going to sacrifice it. So I think I'll ride up behind and amongst zombies, clutching the chicken by the talons. And I guess I got the initiative on this, so I'm going to do the full-on ritual. Do I have a ritual knife handy, or do I have to do this with a bardish?
I think you'd have to do it with a bardish in the middle of battle, yeah.
I do have a knife on my character sheet. I have a knife on my character sheet. Bardish is pretty nuts. That's for other rituals. No, I think I just split the chicken blood over the hedges and hopefully raise back a skeleton. Arch, do you want to impose, does that seem too broken? Do you want to impose a check to try and do these spells in combat, or if you're rushed?
I feel like you should with at least these lowest level guys, you should need to get the blood directly on the bone.
Yeah.
So if
So
you're kind
how
of like
about-
trying to get it into the hedges, why don't you make me like an attack roll to see if you can get the blood on the skeletons
I feel
properly?
like using necromancy would be more appropriate. So like
Okay.
we've done ability checks plus double necromancy level for to
Okay.
resolve other things. It
Sure.
sounds like you don't want it to be will, which is usually the necromancy skill. Or do you?
Yeah. So let's do a willpower check.
Plus twice the necromancy level, and
Right,
you can
so-
raise the DC if there's like if this were I don't know. For a regular skeleton, we can do the typical 21 required.
Right, but
So
the
I am-
hedgerow in the way, I'll give it like a plus
do
5
plus
to
2
the
cover.
DC, something like that.
I am
Yeah.
level I'm 3, so it should be plus 6 on my. So actually, you should impose a higher DC because my willpower is 15 plus 6 is 21. So I'm gonna roll a
Right.
D20 plus 21,
Let's see it.
a natural
Holy
one.
shit.
So I sacrifice this chicken, splatter its blood all over the battlefield, and there's and nothing.
The rose
Nothing
bushes are
happens.
just in the way too much, you know.
But
that
it's
you can't-
awfully intimidating.
Yes.
Awfully intimidating to these knights and soldiers. And the zombos are, and I'm flanked by zombies. They're shambling up behind me.
But they're
And
not
I
attacking
think-
you.
Yeah, they're not. I'm amongst them. But they ignore the horse, right?
They're ignoring the horse for now because they're
Yeah.
focused on the knight, but your horse is kind of freaking out with these undead nearby. And if the knight is killed, or knights are killed, the zombies might turn on the horse or the chickens.
Yeah. Fair enough. With the chickens. Chicken. All right, I think it is guards up next.
It's the upper left guards. They will roll
See
the
if they-
hit. Oh god, it's a
They
terrible
just can't
mess.
finish my hedges. We'll say Malcifer's like bring down the knights, and I think these skeletons will now come and flank the knights. I'm now within like shouting distance.
Yes, now that you can directly tell them what to do.
So even
they-
though I'm just splattering chicken blood on them, that's ineffective. My commands still work. So
Right.
I'm going to make a roll to hit with a +2 because they're now flanking.
Mhm.
With a 20. There's the crit. It's
there
not
we
quite-
go.
An 18 should crit normally. So I would request that one of my skeletons has a chance to crit one of them.
The knights have AC 18, so this
They
doesn't
have
clear
AC.
by 5.
Okay, it doesn't even clear. All right, so we're just going to roll at
2d6.
2d6. There's 2 of them left. I can't say
Yeah.
12 is 2. Yeah, our 2d6. 7 points of damage versus the knights.
Bringing them down, but no knight is dead yet.
Yep.
Next up are the fleeing guards.
They get out. They can
They'll
desert
start
the
pushing
battle
through a
if they
hedgerow
like.
somewhere. Yeah, they're
Do
gone.
they run to the coast or back towards the village or the forest?
You just lose them as
There.
they exit through the hedgerow.
Deserters.
The next
Tell tale of the horror that they've witnessed in this battle. All right.
the knight will make attack rolls against your zombies. 1d20 plus 3 to hit. Oh god, it's terrible. They can't cut through the zombie pack. Next 2 sections of guards. These ones will attack your skeletons. 1d20, no modifiers. They'll hit for 8d4, 20 points
my
of
hedges.
damage.
My hedges. And I think that they've just the rose bushes are hacked to bits. There's bones hacked to bits. It's just a
Yeah.
pile of yard waste and human bones, and now a dead chicken as the cherry on top.
And the guards definitely overkill the skeletons. There's bones just
yeah.
dangling in the bushes, non-active anymore, and the guards are still stabbing at them, not sure what's
I think the
alive
guards
and
will
what's
probably move into
decorative.
that now open square, right? And just
I think
occupy
they're
hedges.
spending the rest of the round attacking the hedge bush just
Yeah.
to make sure that they're not going anywhere.
Just to make sure that the rose bush is dead. I mean, to them,
Yeah.
it's almost like the rose bush came to life
Yeah.
or death and struck out at them. They don't know that there were individual skeletons in there. Or, yeah.
Right. Next guards go against the zombies with a hit for
Zombies so easy to hit.
16
16.
damage. Oh yeah, that brings down another zombie. No, there's still 3. There's still 3. Okay. Doesn't kill any zombies. The last group of skeletons will go.
Oh, I think they're just going to make one last slap. There's really not much else to do. It's only 1 skeleton, isn't it? But a 17 will hit.
Definitely.
2 points of
Burn.
damage.
2.
Scratching into a guard. Did
That
these guards have max HP, or did you roll for it?
No, I gave them an average of 6 because they roll
Okay.
1d6 plus 2 for HP.
Okay.
So that will remove a guard, right?
Okay. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No. There should still be a 4. Okay.
All right.
Malsifer.
I think we went back around to the top of the order.
Oh, we did. Whoops.
Zombies go.
Yes, have zombies go. I'm going to give that guard
so
his 2
on the
HP back.
left is a D20 plus 2. 19 is a hit. So how much? 68 is 3 zombies, right? 3d.
Yes. So that should be 3d4 plus 12 damage.
22. That's what I need. How many?
There you go. That kills
how many
all but
guards
one guard. They just get ripped to shreds.
All right, let's do these zombies in front of the knight is a d20 plus 2. I think the chicken distraction is no longer effective. 13 will not hit the knight. I should have them overbear. That's what let's have these 4 new zombies that join the battle make an overbear attempt against the knight. Would you like to combine them into a single token?
Yes, we will make a single zombie. Oh god. Single zombie token. Let me just add up their HP.
Yeah, only 2 have taken damage, 30, so it's 60. Yeah.
Plus 19, plus 25, plus 30. So they're 104 HP.
So that's still 4 zombies.
Yeah.
So an overbear is 1 attack against one of the knights. And that would provoke OAs, I think.
Yes, it would. And since there are 2 knights
only
and 4
one
zombies,
OA. It's one knight, though, right? Or how would you do like combat maneuvers like this? Right, I'm having trouble striking their AC, so I want to make a touch attack. I want them to.
I think it'll just be attacks against the group, and the group just makes 1 counter attack. So the knights get 1 opportunity attack against the zombies.
And if I succeed, instead of
damage, then the knights will be
grappled.
Held, grappled or whatever.
All right,
so they'll make their opportunity
attacks.
attack, which is a hit for 2d8 plus 4 damage, 14.
So that does bring down. One of the knights brings down one of the zombies, and I'm going to make an attack roll, an attack roll at touch AC. Usually be modified by the number of creatures in the overbear. Is that still the case?
I don't think so. Not with mass combat like this. But you only need to touch, so AC 10 is all you need to hit.
Yeah, D20 plus 2 plus 1 for flank.
Yep.
Plus 3. I don't think I have any other bonuses. 18 will do it. I should have just made a regular attack. But the knights just get grappled by the zombies. There's 3 zombies. There's 2 knights.
I think that means the knights lose their shield bonus and probably like another 2 or something.
They probably can't do any. I think they can't attack anything other than what they're grappled with, right?
Sure.
And only then with melee, with like attacks and with daggers.
I think we probably also need to make a opposed strength check for.
Sorry, that's part of it. But zombies have 18 strength.
Yep. I'm gonna say the knights have 15. That seems like a reasonable knight strength.
That seems pretty high, but it doesn't matter. So I think and this, it'll probably depend largely on fictional positioning, but in this case, I think 3 zombies grapple the 2 knights. The rest of the it probably just becomes a zombie pile.
Yeah, let's roll initiative for the next round, but it's not looking good for our guardsmen. For a moment, it looked like they were going to break through and surround and kill everything.
Those zombie reserves. All right, I've only got 1 lone skeleton. Let's see how quick they are. And Malsifer will roll. Factors. Oh, I was rolling too low. You increased. Okay. Malsifer so slow. I think I tell the skeleton, I command the skeleton, finish him, and I point, from atop my steed across the battlefield to the lone guard amidst the zombie pile.
All right, the knights go first.
So
they're currently grappled.
So I think they can draw. Yeah, so they can draw. I don't think you can use weapons either other than dagger or weapons that are bigger than small. So I think they can either draw sidearms and stab the grappler, or they can grapple back.
I think they're going to try and throw the zombies off of them with a strength check.
So that's that is legit. So pose D20s.
Oh, they don't do very well though.
Yeah, they can still do it. They do it.
somehow they like shrug the zombies off of that, maybe like breaking some fingers in the process.
Knights, right?
Yeah. And this does not look good for them. They're just going to... Would you say that falling back like this would provoke OAs from zombies?
Yes, they just use their action. Well, they just use their action to wrestle, right? To break free, to get back from prone. I think they would provoke OAs if they left.
So then they will just change their positioning to do this.
Yeah, they can stand off so that no one's flanking them.
Right.
Skeleton is going to jump. It's going to... The lone skeleton is going to jump out of the bushes this way and flank that remaining guard. It's a D20 plus 2 because it's a flank. It's a 15.
Oh,
they don't get their shield, right?
Right, because they're on the right side. Yep, that's a hit.
So that's
you gotta do 2 damage.
6 damage.
I gotta do Zoom 2. Oh my god, he lives. He lives. And it's his turn. The one guard knows he's dead. He's at 1 HP. There's nothing left he can do other than maybe take the skeleton down with him. I should be rolling over here. 1d20. Oh, it's no good. It's not going to make it. The next group of guards are going to push past the knight and come over here. They
probably help the knights with the...
Yeah, they're coming over here with the zombie.
Yeah.
If possible, they will try and come around for like a...
I don't think they can do back, but I think they could go to where they went and do a flank kind of thing.
Flank is fine. Next round, they'll shift to back attack.
Yeah.
It's mass combat. I think it's hard to move through units, around units. So they will roll 1d20 plus... Oh my god.
Oh no.
They try and stick the zombies, but it's hard to hit the zombies without hitting the knights, and their attacks are fruitless. The last group of guards sees the skeleton coming sort of out of the hedgerow, gets him from behind. 1d20 plus 2. Can't hit the skeletons.
All right, Mousefer and the zombies. So I rolled with my Bardish. So I'm pulling the Bardish off from the side of the horse, and like it's got a stupid little like leather buckle strap to like cover the blade that I've got to pop off and put away. And it's unfortunate that these knights are no longer grappled. I was just going to go for like the decapitation, but it seems like they're free again. I think how many guards are up? Can we do? There's still like this is like 10 guards and 11 guards.
There's 4, and 1, so 9 guards.
Oh, okay, they're each 4. 4, 4. 1. I think I'm not gonna try and like maneuver myself to the middle. So I'll go amongst my zombies, make a regular, I'll swinging from atop my horse, and I utter a curse at one of these knights. You are trespassing on Winter's land, and I will make my attack +1 for high ground, and I think that's it.
Oh god!
But it was so cool. It sounded so cool.
It was
right. Necromancer atop his steed, whirling his executioner's axe. Good thing my zombos are going to be more effective than me, right? This guy off to the left, I think, what if they overkill, right? It seems unfair at this point for a single guard to... I mean, I guess with zombies, that's fine, right?
I think overkill just...
exposed,
yeah,
right?
Overkill just... No, he's diagonal. He's got a front exposed.
Actually, can I go here? Can they go here and attack this one? Right? That wouldn't expose them. I think that's what they do. They come and back attack this guard.
I don't think they would leave alone this guy. You just commanded people to attack, to finish him off, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so that's a flank, right?
No, it's front attack, yeah.
Okay, front. All right. +2 to hit.
It's the same diagonal that you were pulling. Just clatters against the one guard shield.
This is where, when guys die, this is where it's one guy holding off 3 zombies. Yes. And a skeleton.
Yes, but it cuts both ways. One zombie or one skeleton can hold off like 3 guards, so I think it's
analyzing the mass combat as it happens. All right, and then the other 2, I think, are just going for the 2 knights.
Yep. Regular attacks.
Yeah, regular attacks, right? Because it seemed like, I don't know. It's hard to tell if regular attack versus a grapple matter. So regular attack 1. Oh, these should be. No, they're just +2, aren't they?
Yeah.
Regular attack 2, 18 will hit the knight. This one I think has 3 or 4. 90 is 3 fully healthy zombies. 3d4 plus 12. 21 damage. Does that bring down one of the knights?
That will bring down one of the knights. Oh, and they were gonna do something special on their next turn. Shit. Okay, let's roll initiative.
Run for your lives, trespassers! Mwahahaha.
All right, the one guard will go.
Hold on, Skelly bro.
No!
This is now's your time to shine.
You can do it, skeleton.
Oh, come on. Oh wait.
Oh, so close.
So close. A 12 is not going to do it. The face-off of the century.
The one guard returns fire against the broken skeleton group. Hits.
Our hero.
Does not kill the skeleton. You can't do it.
The last savior of the living. That's the best you can muster.
Oh god. The knight goes last. Oh god, the knight can't give. I guess the knight gives the command right now to fall back. Fall back. We can't do it. So this group will move to here. I guess they'll attack first and then move. That's how they're gonna do it. They're gonna go 1d20 plus 1 and miss.
Okay,
and then
so they can
move to this
shift
spot.
back, but they can't go any further without provoking an OA from these zombies.
Right, they just fall back a little bit. The group of guards behind the skeleton are probably going to overkill that skeleton quite heavily. 11 is actually still a miss.
Nice.
Yeah. And Winter.
I'm gonna see if I can finish this night with a lucky swing. 11, no. So I'm whirling my Bardish around, prancing with my horse. I don't think I can really move without provoking an O. Is the knight withdrawing? I guess if the knight withdraws, I mean, well...
It's, yeah, on the knight's turn, she is withdrawing. She will just step back into this space, and then back into this space. Not really leaving her people, but pulling back far enough that she'll be okay. And the zombies get to go.
And advance! Take down the knight. I think I'll have these guys go first.
The ones on the left?
Yeah, they'll close with the knight.
Right. Okay.
These guys can...
Can they? I don't think they can push into the bushes.
That's the one that had extreme landscaping.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe
That's
it's difficult
right.
terrain, but it's only 10 feet.
That's fine.
Or diagonal, it's maybe 15. So the zombies don't care.
They push into the bushes.
Maybe they take 1 point of damage from the hedges.
Maybe they get, heavily slowed.
14 is not enough to take down the knight. This other one shambles into the fray. Zombie love. A 20 will, though. That knight just gets devoured by the zombies. What is that?
3d4 plus 12.
3d.
The knight
17.
gets dragged to the ground. I imagine like zombies pushing through hedgerows after the one knight who's desperately swinging blows at them, trying to push them back when a few zombies slip past her companions and
This
just, like,
guard,
grab hold of her
the lone
shield.
guard is just, it's a crit. It's a crit. He's just like, this is still 3 standing zombies. They just feast on this poor guy here.
Oh god, he gets brought down, and they rip it limb from limb.
The savior of the living is devoured, eaten alive.
Oh god, it's ugly.
And
we go to initiative.
Yeah, I think this is kind of just. I mean, I guess we need to resolve how many they bring down with them, but I think at this point it's execution by zombie.
Yeah. Okay. Our guards are running.
We'll see about that.
Give me your skeleton initiative.
Skelly bro, my hero. So many heroes in this battle. It's so epic. All right, 7.
Okay, so our guards will go first. The first group back here is just gonna bolt. They're just gonna take off.
Provoking OAs from a group of zombies.
Yep.
At a flank, I think, or is it a back attack?
That's a flank.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna matter though.
13,
yeah. Nope. They
no
make
shield.
out.
Okay. Skeleton should be able to get 1 swing. With a crit.
Yeah. Ooh, skeleton's
Here we
gonna
can
hit.
zoom in and have 1 single guy get crit. How does that sound?
Yeah.
2d6.
So 2d6. Skeleton finds purchase somewhere. And
5 damage. How much HP does this guy have?
That will drop 1 of the guards.
Yeah. He just, whatever the skeleton was wielding, I think is just implanted into the back of that guard's head as he goes to run.
Yep. And then the skeletons go.
Yeah, they'll attack this group of guards. It's just one skeleton, by the way.
Okay.
He turns and claws at the guard's back to no purchase. And then the guards, do they run or do
they were going to run, but their attack avenue was cut off. So,
I think they can still. I mean, no matter what, if they run, they're provoking OAs. This is only one skeleton. Remember, you could shrink it down to a 5-foot square if you want.
That's true. So I think the guards will break and try and flee this way, which will provoke OAs from
3. The skeleton already took one. I don't think skeletons get more than 1 attack per round, right?
Yeah, and these zombies already got 1 OA as well, so they probably don't get another. Later, I want to have a discussion about zombies and attacks of opportunity, because I think maybe they shouldn't get them, but we'll have that discussion
that almost
later.
Seems fit. Because they're so slow. For now, we'll give one group of zombies 1 attack of opportunity.
Go for it.
+1 per flank, I think. No, critical miss.
Oh god, no.
Thanks,
and the skeleton
zombies.
still gets 1. The skeleton should get 1 attack of opportunity.
Okay, sure.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Those guards bolt
So
as well.
4 guards.
4
escape.
and 3, 7 guards escape.
Okay. And how many bodies are littering the field?
A lot. Why don't we go to a
the
break?
zombies haven't gone yet. So Malcifer trots his horse in amongst the carnage and commands the zombies to flay the bones. And the zombies will consume the flesh from our fresh dead, and we'll be resurrecting them as skeletons on the other side of this break.
See you guys on the other side of a break. Bye-bye.